So, hello, welcome back to another episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. Today is a rather beautiful day, which means that afterwards I'm going to ride my bike for a bit. And we're going to go ahead with Ikigai and flow. Flow is something that we have been talking about multiple times. But still, it is a reoccurring topic and reoccurring theme. A ton of people are talking about that. And afterwards, we are going to talk about some other things as I'm seeing here. So this is the book summary of Ikigai. I do not know the author's name now. Might be in the title of the video /podcast. But we're going to see, let's head through flow. The happiest people are not the ones who achieve the most. They are the ones who spend more time than others in a state of flow. In order to achieve this optimal experience, we have to focus on increasing the time we spend on activities that bring us to this state of flow, rather than allowing ourselves to get caught up in activities that offer immediate pleasure. Well, I don't know if being in a flow state excludes immediate pleasure. I would actually really not say so. Concentrating on one thing at a time may be the single most important factor in achieving flow. Well, yeah, I would say this as well. But the thing is, if this is a activity where you can get in a flow state, then I would argue that you're not going to just be willing to do anything else simultaneously, because this is probably something that you really enjoy. So why would you, why would you do that? Why would you do something else simultaneously that is going to distract you from this great experience of doing something great? Anyway. Japanese people often apply themselves to even the most basic tasks with an intensity that borders an obsession. Our ability to turn routine tasks into moments of microflow, into something we enjoy, is key to our being happy, since we all have to do such tasks. Yes, we have to, by maybe listening to some music, or an audiobook podcast, or trying to see the beauty in whatever the fuck you're about to do. I think there is multiple ways in which you can deal with that. Artists, for example, who carry the torch of their Ikigai instead of retiring, have this power. Art, in all its forms, is an Ikigai that can bring happiness and purpose to our days. Enjoying or creating beauty is free and something all human beings have access to, which essentially is the truth. We all can create art. We all can draw something, paint something, design something digitally, which might be a bit more appealing to some folks. Anyway, artists know how important it is to protect their space, control their environment, and be free of distractions if they want to flow with their Ikigai. And yes, this is totally the fucking case. If there is something that bothers me, then I, can't do this particular thing, whatever it might be. But it really must be a great distraction, to be honest, Probably something mentally distracting, not necessarily being physically there that is bothering me, but more or less something that is just in my mind and not willing to go away. Many such artists might seem misanthropic or reclusive, but what they are really doing is protecting the time that brings them happiness, sometimes at the expense of other aspects of their lives. There are outliers who apply the principles of flow to their lives to an extreme, according to... Do I even want to try to pronounce this name? No. In order to focus on tasks, we need to be in a distraction-free environment, to have control over what we are doing at every moment. Ogimi, or Ojimi, whatever, Okinawa. We realized right away that time seems to have stopped there, as though the entire town were living in an endless here and now. Many Japanese people never really retire. They keep doing what they love for as long as their health allows, which also makes sense if you think about that. But, it is for sure not different for folks in Western regions. But what clearly shows is that most people do something as a profession they do not really enjoy, because they stop doing that, And every single fucking human being would be doing something, if possible, health-wise and whatnot, would continue doing this thing that they love doing. Whether it is doing sports, might actually be a different sport than your profession was. But of course, for some professions, it is a bit more difficult, like being a lawyer. You can't retire and still be a lawyer. Of course, you can still read, which might have been a big factor for you, and so on and so forth. The Japanese are skilled at bringing nature and technology together. Not man versus nature, but rather a union of the two. Okinawans live by the principle of Ikigai Shore or something, a local expression that means treat everyone like a brother, even if you've never met them before. Celebrations seem to be an essential part of life in Ogimi, which I think is a great way to look forward to the future, because that there is going to be a celebration, there's going to be a festivity, there is going to be something great coming up in the probably near future. And probably you can say that quite frequently. In 2 weeks, there's going to be this great festivity, this great thing, whatever it may be. And maybe a week after this festivity, you can say, okay, in a week or in 2 weeks, there's another one, or in a month, just a bit more often than quote unquote usually, which really depends now on what you're comparing it to. Slow living. Being in a hurry is inversely proportional to quality of life. As the old saying goes, walk slowly and you'll go far. When we leave urgency behind, life and time take on new meaning. Looking back, our days in Ogimi were intense but relaxed, sort of like the lifestyle of the locals who always seemed to be busy with important tasks, but who, upon close inspection, did everything with a sense of calm. They were always pursuing their Ikigai, but they were never in a rush. They're always busy, but they occupy themselves with tasks that allow them to relax. We didn't see a single old grandpa sitting on a bench doing nothing. The restaurant is right by the sea and seems like something from the planet Tatooine from Star Wars. The menu boasts in large letters that it serves slow food prepared with organic vegetables grown in the town, which I think diet, very, very, very big factor for being healthy, staying healthy, feeling good about yourself, good about your body, good about things. Really, really, really important, I would argue. Secret of the centenarians and super centenarians. Let's see. Over the course of a week, we conducted a total of 100 interviews, asking the eldest members of the community about their life philosophy, their Ikigai, and the secret to longevity. And there is a few points. Don't worry. Cultivate good habits. Nurture your friendships every day. Live an unhurried life. And be optimistic. Eat and sleep and you'll live a long life. You have to learn to relax. Misao Okawa, 117 years old. I've never eaten meat in my life. Maria Capovia, 116. Everything's fine. Sean Kamer, I guess, 122. Your mind and your body. You keep both busy, you'll be here a long time. Walter Bruning, 114. I just haven't died yet. Alexander Image. Food won't help you live longer. The secret is smiling and having a good time. My secret to a long life is always saying to myself, slow down and relax. You live much longer if you're not in a hurry. The key to staying sharp in an old age is in your fingers. From your fingers to your brain and back again. If you keep your fingers busy, you'll live to see 100 years. Something that I think might be overrated is the statement of having never eaten meat in one's life. I do really believe that this is just something that, I don't know if this is gonna be the secret to long living. Who knows? I do also want to argue that there needs to be a balance of quality and quantity. Like, of course, I can live to 100 years if I never drink, never smoke, never eat something artificial. Do not even once breathe in or inhale CO2, carbon dioxide, yes, and so on and so forth. Like, is this possible? Like, maybe, yeah, you could pull that off if this is your Ikigai, haha, meta. Anyway, longevity died. Quality also matters. Like, I do not want to drink occasionally. You know, it's I don't know, like maybe 5 times a year when I'm drinking something. And then I'm just drinking something. And I'm having a fucking blast. And it is fine. It is okay. For example, you know, there could be and are many examples for that. But anyway, longevity diet. 100% of the people we interviewed keep a vegetable garden, and most of them also have fields of tea, mangoes. Is it mangoes? I'm actually not cool. Shikawaza and so on. I don't know what Shikawaza is. What is Shikawaza? If I'm able to look it up. Citrus depressor, small green citrus fruit. In English, sometimes called Shikawaza, Taiwan tangerine. I see. Locals eat a wide variety of foods, especially vegetables. Variety seems to be key. A study of Okinawa's centenarians showed that they ate 206 different foods, including spices, and on a regular basis. They ate an average of 18 different foods each day, a striking contrast to nutritional poverty of our fast food culture. I'm actually doing as well a very, very poor job cultivating a diverse diet. I'm so bad at it. It's just insane. They eat at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. At least 7 types of fruits and vegetables are consumed by Okinawians. on a daily basis. And the easiest way to check if there is enough variety on your table is to make sure you're eating the rainbow. A table featuring red peppers, carrots, spinach, cauliflower, and eggplant, for example, offers great color and variety. Vegetables, potatoes, legumes, and soy products such as tofu are the staples of an Okinawan's diet. More than 30% of their daily calories come from vegetables. Grains are the foundation of their diet. Japanese people eat white rice every day, sometimes adding noodles. Rice is the primary food in Okinawa as well. Eat fish an average of 3 times per week. Consume fewer calories on an average of 1,785 per day compared to 2,068 in the rest of Japan. In fact, low caloric intake is common among the 5 blue zones, which I'm definitely not doing. Tofu, miso, tuna, carrots, goya, which is a bitter lemon apparently, kombu, sea kelp, cabbage, nori, seaweed, onion, soy sprouts, hikima, soybeans, sweet potatoes, peppers. Okay, I see. Okinawans drink more senpin-ja, a mix of green tea and jasmine flowers, than any other kind of tea. Okinawans drink an average of 3 cups of senpin-ja every day. White tea, with its high concentration of polyphenols, may have been more effective against aging. In fact, it is considered to be the natural product with the greatest antioxidant power in the world, to the extent that 1 cup of white tea might pack the same punch as about a dozen glasses of orange juice. But also, white tea is highest in caffeine, which is definitely also something to consider. Having talking about diet, theoretically moving ahead with other memorable quotes. And then we are finished, so I'm not gonna end the episode without going through that. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. To be able to concentrate for a considerable amount of time is essential to difficult achievements. Bertrand Russell. The grand essential to happiness is the life in this life something to do, something to love and something to hope for. Washington Burnap. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Viktor Frankl. Nana korobi yaoki. Fall 7 times, rise 8, which apparently is a Japanese proverb. Metabolism slows down 90% after 30 minutes of sitting. The enzymes that move the bad fat from our arteries to your muscles, where it can get burned off, slow down. And after 2 hours, good cholesterol drops 20%. Just getting up for 5 minutes is going to get things going again. These things are so simply, they are almost stupid. I didn't know about that, but get up, do something, move your fucking body. As I'm also gonna do now. I'm probably gonna ride my bike now. Enjoy the weather bit, enjoy the sun, the warmth of the sun while listening to some great podcast. Probably something rather simplistic, more entertaining than value bringing. I'm gonna see. And also I'm gonna see you the next time. So bye bye.